Okay, hello. I am going to show you how to create a landscape in the style of Victoria Siemer. She has these really dynamic landscapes featuring a shape in the center. So we're going to try and recreate that. A lot of her work is black and white. So we're going to do a quick one where we desaturate the initial image. You can play around with the brightness and contrast at this stage by going into image adjustments, brightness and contrast, or you might play around with the curves. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. You then need to grab the selection tool with the ellipse or rectangle. We're going to go with the ellipse and get a circle. And at the top up here, you need to change the ratio from free to fixed ratio to make sure you get an actual circle rather than a wonky oval. Make your selection in the center and then copy and paste. That should mean then that you have a circle on a new layer, and it just means you've got a bit more control over your picture. So we still see it's there. We're going to start by just turning that image upside down. So go to Edit, Free Transform, or Control-Alt-Delete, hover just outside, and rotate that circle upside down. And stop at a point where you are happy. I'm going to stop there. Okay, and then that could be it. Okay, so depending on your ability or how much effort you want to put into this, that already looks pretty good in the style of the artist. But one of the things that Victoria Siemer does is she fades that circle down at the bottom. So I'll show you quickly how to do that. If you use the eraser tool, you need to change some of your settings. I would go for a fairly large circle, but make sure it has 0% hardness. You want a soft edge so that your circle will blend. The other thing is you want to change your opacity. We're going to reduce your opacity to about 50% initially. And because we're on that other layer with the circle, make sure that's the layer that's selected. You're going to only rub out things from that section. So we're just going to take out, with one click at a time, a section of the detail at the bottom, without getting rid of the circle completely. Okay. But what she does do is the bottom of the circle will almost disappear. So that is already looking pretty good. And that's it. Okay, so that is all I would do for that first experiment. I would then maybe try a version with a square. I'd maybe go back to the original color version and just desaturate it slightly rather than a full black and white image. So just by reducing the saturation, the colors will become dulled. So if you're looking for another experiment, maybe test that out next. Make sure you're following. I've got loads more editing videos coming soon. I have loads of experience in teaching GCSE and A-Level photography as well. So do check out some of my videos. I've got samples of different grade portfolios. And if you haven't already visited photographywithmisswilson.weebly.com, I have loads of student and teacher resources on there. And I have a range of books, which you will see in just a moment, to help students through their GCSE and A-Level photography or art courses, available on Amazon. Go check them out.